Hello and welcome to another Let's Geeks video. My name is Jason Lovell and this is my son Noah Lovell, and we have just got back from the cinema watching Steven Spielberg's latest movie, Ready Player One, based on the novel by Ernest Cline. Now, I have been anticipating this movie for quite a while because I read the book a couple of years ago, and the book was one of my favourite books I've read for years. Yes, it wasn't a masterpiece, and a lot of people criticised the book for being a little bit too reliant on nostalgia, but hey, I'm a nostalgic guy. That's why we have a YouTube channel based on geeky stuff, and yeah, I absolutely adored the book and I was really looking forward to the movie. You were looking forward to the movie as well, weren't you, Noah?
Yeah.
Based on the trailers and stuff that I've been showing you, and I've got to say personally, I don't feel like the movie disappointed. I was really worried going into this movie because of the fact that when you read the book, there is a lot of movie, TV, video game references in there, and it was always going to be difficult to get the rights to all those movies, all that subject matter, and I didn't think they would be able to do it. Now, in a way, they didn't do it because what they did was actually where they couldn't get the rights to certain things. For example, Star Wars, which is referenced heavily in the book. There is a couple of lines mentioning Star Wars in this movie, but there's no Star Wars stuff in there, is there? There's no Star Wars ships or characters or anything like that, because Star Wars essentially said no. LucasArts said no, Disney, whoever, they said no, you're not having it in the movie. Fair enough, Star Wars is massive, it doesn't need the money to be used in other movies. However, there was enough stuff in this movie from other properties, such as Jurassic Park, the Halo franchise and other video games that helped to fill the void. So where there was things in the book that they couldn't get the rights to, they just equally replaced it with something else, which worked really well, such as the Iron Giant, who plays a prominent role in this movie, and I thought the Iron Giant was awesome. He did a really good job, and the movie was good anyway, so it was good to see the Iron Giant go in there and, let's be honest, spoiler alert, kick some ass. Now, personally, there were some things about the movie that, you know, I thought could have been done better. I thought the first half of the movie, the pace was a little bit too quick. There are some differences from the book that I think were better in the book. I mean, that's always going to be the case. The book is normally, books are normally generally considered better than the movies. However, I can normally understand why they make certain changes. You can normally go, well, like, yeah, I understand, because that wouldn't translate well in a movie. But there were certain things, such as the main character, played by Ty Sheridan, Wade Watts, he meets his love interest, played by Olivia Cooke, and the meeting of the two happens a lot earlier in this film. It's not really a spoiler because it's heavily referenced in the trailers, but it happens a lot earlier in the movie, whereas in the book they don't actually meet in person until right at the end. So little things like that I felt could have been done a bit better. The pacing and the rushing of those two getting together. There was other things that they changed, sort of like in the world building, which is fine. They, you know, it didn't ruin it for me. I'm not going to be one of those purists and say, oh, the book was better, and you know, in some ways it was, but I think the movie really stands on its own. I've really enjoyed it. I think it's very, very typically Steven Spielberg. It's a big, entertaining movie that hits you in the feels. It really does hit you with the nostalgia hammer, and certainly some of the things that they changed, I think, actually were for the better, because a lot of the references in the book were very much aimed at people my age and not people Noah's age or even slightly older than Noah. And there was a lot of references in it, such as Halo and Overwatch, and even like Twitch is mentioned, which was none of that was mentioned in the book. So I think it's good that that sort of stuff is there, because obviously they need to sell it to the younger audience, because as well as all that stuff, it had, you know, Back to the Future and stuff like that. And that's one thing I did really like about it. I don't know if you noticed this, but every now and again they would actually use music from the original movies. Like there was, they used the music from Back to the Future. So Noah, what did you think?
I'm not sure. Well, first of all, I loved it.
Yeah?
Because it was really funny.
Yeah. There was one particular moment, which I'm not going to say because it'd be a spoiler, which did involve a swear word, which made this guy absolutely crease up in the cinema. He was laughing so loud he was covering his own mouth to try and stop himself from laughing out loud.
And you can stop laughing at me.
Well, I was laughing at him, with him. It's the same thing. So you really liked it, didn't you? Because you didn't read the book. It obviously has got stuff in there that's aimed at your age group and maybe a bit older, but you came out of it saying it could possibly be your favourite movie of all time. Now, he's a Star Wars fan as well, so he likes good movies. And Jurassic Park, that's another one of your favourite sort of movie franchises. Is this your favourite movie of all time?
Yeah.
Do you reckon? Or is that just because you've just walked out the cinema and you thinking, you know, you're feeling on a bit of a high? Do you think in a couple of weeks it'll still be your favourite movie?
I'm not sure really.
Well, we'll have to wait and see, won't we? But, you know, this is a spoiler-free review, so I'm not going to go into too much more detail, but I went in it with low expectations because when you've got a book that you love and they bring out a movie based on it, quite often you end up feeling disappointed. And although there are changes from the book, which I think those things were better in the book, it doesn't ruin the movie for me. I thought the movie was really good, really entertained me, really hit me emotionally, storyline wise and nostalgia wise. But it was entertaining, it was fun, and it was funny, and yeah, I couldn't recommend this movie enough. I think Noah's 9, it's recommended for sort of 12 up. I think you were fine with it. There are some references to some horror movies in there which don't really overstep the line to the point that it's going to scare anyone watching it, but I think that obviously those references people like Noah are not going to get because it's horror movies. One particular famous horror movie, arguably one of the best horror movies of all time, and also some sort of more iconic trashy horror movies, which is the part that made Noah laugh, to be honest.
There's a pretty big part in that movie.
It is.
For me.
Yeah. Well, that was your favourite part, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So Noah, what would you give out of 10?
100.
Well, that's not out of 10 though, is it?
100.
Okay, so as you can see, Noah really liked it. So if you're looking to watch it with kids, sort of Noah's age, sort of 9, 10 and above, Noah's telling you it's good. Me, as someone who read the book, is a massive Steven Spielberg fan, and obviously a fan of geek pop culture, I thought the movie delivered. It was excellent. It did not disappoint me. I'm actually pleasantly surprised. I would recommend going and watch this movie. I don't know what more to say. The performances were excellent. Ben Mendelsohn is an absolute amazing actor. He really is, and that's the guy who played the bad guy, in case you didn't know. Ben Mendelsohn was superb. Lena Waithe, who plays one of the main characters, sort of from Master of None fame, she was excellent in it, and I can't remember or even pronounce the two Japanese guys' names, but they were very good as well.
Yeah.
They were good characters, and yeah, I go and see this movie. I would recommend it. Don't let it die, because soon obviously we're getting into when Avengers Infinity War and that's going to come out. Don't let this movie get forgotten about. Go and watch it. Tell your friend, it's a great movie. So I think that'll do for me. Anything you want to add to the end?
Just saying that I think my favourite character was the 11-year-old kid.
There is an 11-year-old kid in it, but we won't say any more because we don't want to spoil it.
No.
But he is funny because he's got some funny lines. But yeah, go and watch the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, and it does have a few swear words pop up.
It does have some swear words. Yeah, that's true. Very
Mostly
well.
the S word.
Yeah, the S word gets used quite a lot. But it's not, you know, it's not nothing worse than you would expect it to.
Hardly any well, about like a couple of times the A word.
Okay. There's a few swear words.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need to go into specifics, but there are some swear words in there. So if you don't want your children to hear swear words, you know, cover their ears or just don't let them watch it. But hey, I think it was fine. Noah's not going to go out and start setting fire to cars or anything just because you heard some swear words. You know, so yeah, good movie. I would give it out of 10. I would definitely give it an 8 or 9, 8.5, say it is, to be fair. I thought it was really, really good. Yes, I'll need to watch it again to see where it ranks in the scheme of movies for me. But it's definitely, it's not a profound movie that's going to change your life, but certainly from an entertainment perspective, it's right up there. It hits you in the nostalgia sweet spot, and it delivers. Steven Spielberg, you legend of movie making, Hollywood, you absolute genius. You've done it again. 70 years old. Well done, Steven. We'll leave it at that. Bye.
Bye.